Welcome to the DeFi Standard, and this is Mickey B. Fresh. And I got with me Patty XRP on this beautiful day of a bombshell announcement released from the Flare Network team. We have a new Canary Network added to the Flare Network ecosystem called Songbird. So, what is a Canary Network and how does it impact the Flare Network? So, a Canary Network is basically a test network that replicates the Flare Network, and it has its own token called Songbird that is comparable to Spark. So now Flare Network will not be going live at the end of July, unfortunately, but this is super exciting news, and I think this is a huge addition that's going to be a big impact in the future. So we get a new token airdrop to us, and we have a network that we're going to be able to test the Bifrost wallet, the DeFi protocols of Flare Finance, the FTSO delegating, and be able to actually do all of that before the Flare network goes live. Now, Patty, what are the key takeaways from this announcement that people need to know about?
Yep, absolutely. And I'll take us over to the blog to kind of just give you guys something to look at. So, the Songbird Network is going to release in the next 6 weeks. This will include, like Mickey was saying, an airdrop. The supply of the Songbird token is going to be 15 billion tokens, and it's all going to be airdropped when the network launches. If you claimed via an exchange, then you will need to reach out to them to see how they are going to distribute the Songbird tokens to you. If you had a participating wallet, then it will still come under that Ethereum address you used as your message key for the wallet claim. And this would just require you, if you're familiar with MetaMask, to hook into the Songbird network, which will have a different blockchain ID, and the Songbird token would have a different token ID comparable rather than what Spark has. So just realize that. Additionally, this is going to be a fully operational blockchain. And like Mickey said, with real world value. When we see Songbird launch, the network will spin up. Then we'll start seeing the FTSO go live there, the state connector system, and the F asset system. We don't know the exact timeline of how many days or weeks it will take for each of those to go live on Songbird, but they are all going to be tested there. We also already know that Trustline is planning on having some of their application available for testing, and we'll have to see what Flare Finance says as well, as they haven't commented yet. And this is going to provide everyone with a chance to test the network with real world value. This is a really hefty project that is being built, and the team has decided that they need more time to finish the final security audit. So they're going to have some real life testing implemented. And then additionally, the Songbird token is going to have a 10% inflation rate, similar to what Spark would have. And that will be delivered through the FTSO and validator reward systems, which is the same as what is going to happen with Spark. Additionally, this means for every one XRP that was held at the time of the snapshot, and if either were on a participating exchange or an eligible wallet to claim with, you will receive 0.1511 Songbird tokens per every XRP that you had for the claim. And then finally, the Songbird token can be used to perform a governance role. Unlike Flare, this would not be over the implementation of changes to Songbird itself, as Songbird is subordinated for Flare for that purpose. Governance could, however, be useful in adding additional chains, prices, and F assets that haven't been suggested by Flare governance to the Songbird State Connector, FTSO, and F asset protocols, respectively. So, what this means,
Now,
oh, yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I just
And
want to jump in there with the fact that Songbird is going to be used as a test network for all projects, the applications that are added to the Flare network. But at the same time, it's its own individual network that can have its own applications that are separate from Flare. And it will have value. And we're going to get into it further. I didn't want to cut you off there, but I want to um, make it clear that this is not a random choice of the Flare Network team. And many of you might be thinking, what? Why would they do this? They making another network just to parallel the Flare Network? This is odd. Well, this is actually proven to be a successful model from Polkadot, who did it in 2019 before launching their very highly cutting edge technology Polkadot network. Just as Flare is using cutting edge new technology that has never been deployed yet in real world networks and is highly susceptible to security risk and pause. The Songbird token is not a test net token. It's going to have its own value, and Kusama had its own token. And just for reference here, for everyone to know, Kusama made its way up to the top 50 on CoinMarketCap with a $5 billion market cap from $1 to $600. And it started exactly as Songbird started. So I just want everyone to realize that this model has proven to be successful, and the Songbird network actually could have more advanced features on it because they'll be tested there first. So we were just given a additional network and another token and a way to practice before the Flare Network goes live. So I think that Patty and I are super excited about this, like over the moon. This is something that was much needed, in my opinion, because a lot of people were afraid of the Flare Network. They didn't know what to do. They were asking for tutorials. Now we have that time to get familiar with it and develop strategies and be participants and citizens on the Flare Network, and then have this like B network there for testing and everything. And it's a delay, yes, but I think this is impressive that Flare put this out, and I think it's a brilliant move on their part, and it's a proven model of success.
Cool. Yeah. And I just want to add on, Mickey, for kind of some final details on this. As far as the Flare mainnet launch goes, this will happen after substantial testing of all systems on Songbird. That's like the core Flare protocols, the FTSO, State Connector, and F Asset systems. And with the current final security audit scheduled to finish at the end of September, I think we're eyeing a first half of October launch. And additionally, I messaged Hugo earlier today just to kind of get some ideas around when the F asset system would go live for the Flare mainnet. He said that since they'll have sufficient testing on Songbird and all the security audits will be done, that they will be able to launch the F asset system pretty shortly after the launch of the Flare mainnet. And this also means that projects like Trustline and Flare Finance will be able to get a lot more going potentially than what our original timeline looked like. So, while the Flare network's getting pushed back, the Flare mainnet launch date, we are going to see some of the things that we thought would take longer to come out now come out faster once the mainnet is out there and active. So I think that's really important. And Mickey, this last part before we go into the rest of this video, I just want to say that they have this chaos warning at the bottom of their blog, and we'll link this in the description. It said Songbird should not be considered a production ready network. It is for testing of the integrity of the proposed production network Flare, proposed governance updates over time, the Flare core protocols, and dApps launching on Flare. The Flare team makes no promise to continue support or development of Songbird in the future. This would be more have to do with the Flare Foundation managing this and people that are, holders of the Songbird token and Spark tokens. And additionally, the team at Flare and likely various teams testing their dApps on Songbird will be actively trying to find and exploit bugs and other issues and break that network. Please therefore be aware that Songbird comes with a potential for loss of liveness, token loss, and risk that is potentially greater than mainnet deployments. Measure twice, cut once. So just know that this is going to be a riskier network. Things are going to happen faster as far as like launching new projects, and it's going to bring chaos, kind of like they say. But we may see dApps that are only available on Songbird and never actually go to Flare Network, which I find
Yep.
interesting.
And Kusama gave the same, like word for word, verbatim warning of chaos when they launched Kusama. And That has turned out to be a very successful network on its own, and it has achieved the uh, original function of providing a testing ground for Polkadot's breakthrough technologies, and it's proven to be um, powerful. And Flare is doing the right thing here because this is how other projects and layer 2 solutions and innovative dApps will be more likely to build on the Flare network if they know, okay, we could go test it on a real network with real value, and we could test out, the exact technology, not on a fake test net with no value made up, but a real network. And this is going to bring new solutions and more collaboration, I think. And I also think that it's still speculation here, but I think the F asset system now, that whole ecosystem of agents and state connector system and the collateral system and the FTSO has now the ability to test integration with additional applications that maybe were not able to be tested after it went live on the main chain. So on the Songbird network, these things can be added. So that's the one thing that Flare is going to now have as an advantage. Also, it has another set of signal providers and price feeds. So it can now have double the amount of applications built on it and double the value. So this is basically, we just got two for the price of one out of all of this. And I think that we will see a robust ecosystem develop now that pretty much is guaranteed to be successful in every way possible. And I just want people to know that the delay here is something that is not really a big deal. Networks like Cardano, Polkadot, Cosmos have taken 4 to 5 years to launch and put smart contracts. Flare is going to launch with full decentralization, interchain interoperability, a fair distribution of the token, smart contracts, and a decentralized FTSO with a full 100 set of signal providers. So you know what? Cool your jets and wait patiently, because when it gets launched, it's going to have all the bells and whistles with it. You're not going to have to continue to wait for rollouts. And that's what Flare team has been working on. These are scientists building solutions to problems with new technologies that nobody else has been able to solve. So patiently wait, and it's coming.
Absolutely. And Mickey, I just want to take everybody over since you were mentioning how Kusama has performed since it launched. And we can see here on CoinMarketCap that Kusama launched about 8 months before the Polkadot mainnet went live. And that was in January of 2020. You can see really not much going on. And then right around this time, you can see at the beginning of August, we started seeing price movement. Additionally, the market started getting more bullish, and it was able to go from essentially when Polkadot went live, $100 million market cap up to over $5 billion, and has since retraced down to 1.2 billion. But still, if it only had gone to 1.2 from 100 million, that's a pretty large increase in a short period of time. So there's people on Polkadot that I've been reading that prefer Kusama, and that's what they use. So we're gonna see you know different kind of things launch on top of Songbird in the future, and some of them may be lower value projects, but things that people want to use. It just doesn't need to be on the Flare mainnet, and the Flare mainnet's going to be much more selective because it's going to be institutional grade, and it needs to be kept safe and secure for those reasons. And this is going to be the innovation layer for Flare, which I think is huge. And we just saw Ripple do this. They're trying to push through the federated sidechain proposal for the XRP ledger. And one of their big reasons was for real live testing. So Ripple's moving that route, and we see Flare moving this route now, and we also see Polkadot moving this route. And those, two of those have already been pretty successful, and now we're going to see what Flare can do. But I think this is really exciting, and there's still a lot of questions to be answered around this. There's 6 weeks till it launches. Just be patient. That's really all we can do. Start learning about how Kusama works if you're interested in participating with Songbird. But that's all I got. So I'll let you go, Mickey.
Yep, this is super exciting, and there are certain people that are, disappointed, and they are influences in the community. And I think that they should be ignored because this is something that is going to benefit all of us, and it is a big deal. And you were not invested any money, and we're not guaranteed to receive something of value that you paid for and signed a contract or anything. You're getting a free token, and the founders are designing a network um, that has cutting edge technology, and security is the priority. So, a week or two, a month later, I don't think you should be complaining one bit whatsoever. It's coming, and they're doing everything right, and they're adding more and more um, components that will give users the ability to have a friendly user experience and knowledgeable. This network is complex, and it's going to take a lot to understand it. Now, there's the learning, and reading and technicals, and then there's the actual, beta testing. The community is not all going to participate and understand all of this. So, we got to be careful what people say in the community. Those who don't understand it, ignore them. And try to follow, the Flare team and the projects and those who really are participating in the Flare network. And it is important that misinformation and FUD is crushed ASAP. So that's just one thing with a complex network is very important. And, we try here to keep everything based on fact. We're not hyping. We're just telling you, hey, there's a new network with another free token coming to you, and it has based on a proven track record of Polkadot to be highly successful. So now, imagine if you were able to have Kusama and Polkadot when they first came out. How much value would have you accumulated? So if Flare is just half as successful as both of them, you're going to be very wealthy getting in early. Not financial advice.
Yeah, good add on there. And obviously, like, we don't know if, the Songbird token will rise like the Kusama token did. We're gonna have to see what comes out. But, it's something that we compare to. They're different networks, and at least you can see that somebody's done this before and it's been successful.
Okay, so Patty and I are very bullish, and we're looking forward to putting out some tutorials and some step-by-step guides of our experiences on the Songbird Network. And we are going to be working with our Patreon members to develop some strategies on how to maximize the DeFi protocols on the Flare network, along with the network rewards that are best suited for individual situations. And I think it's important to understand how to earn, and then you could develop your own strategy. Songbird is going to give us a huge advantage now, because now we could test liquidity pools with, a Songbird token that might be worth pennies that we could, risk in different situations and see how impermanent loss affects it, and see how we could borrow against it, and see how the liquidity pools earn this much, and if I move that there, so now we could test all these different scenarios, and you could do it on multiple wallets. So that's exciting for me, and it's exciting for Patty, because now we're going to be able to be advanced users before the network goes live, and we'll be able to share that information with you. And it's very important to participate early. So I think that I'm going to wrap it up there, and I hope all of you are excited. And please don't complain about the delay. I'm not trying to be, that guy, but please respect what they're building. And we're a community, and we have something in front of us that is cutting edge. So be respectful and patiently wait. It's coming, and thank you. We're out.